Welcome friends. In this video we will discuss a very important concept in time speed distance, that is about boats and streams. So I have taken a problem, let's try to see. So the problem is very simple. A boat can travel a certain distance downstream in 30 seconds. The same boat can travel this distance upstream in 90 seconds. Assuming river speed to be constant, in how much time will the boat travel this distance in still water? Now, so there is a boat which can travel a certain distance downstream in 30 seconds. So what is the meaning of downstream? Stream always flows from a height to a lower height. So downstream means along the stream. And upstream means against the stream. Okay, so I will write it here. Downstream means along the stream and upstream means against the stream or against the river. That is why when we calculate downstream speed, so downstream speed of a boat will be equal to boat speed plus stream speed. That will be the downstream speed. And the upstream speed will be boat speed minus the stream speed. Okay. So this much you might be knowing. This is the concept. So let us say there is a boat which has a speed small b and it is flowing on a stream or a river which has a speed s. So downstream speed will be b plus s and upstream speed will be v minus s. Correct? Because when it is going along with the stream speed will be aiding the boat, so it will get added. And when it is going against the stream speed will get subtracted. Okay. Now, that is why you can see that when it is going downstream, the speed is more and the time taken is less. And to cover the same distance, when it is going upstream, the time taken is more because upstream speed is less. So downstream time and upstream time is given in a way. Now what we have to calculate? Assuming river speed to be constant, in how much time will the boat travel this distance in still water? Okay, so I think question is clear. So downstream it takes 30 seconds, upstream it takes 90 seconds. So you have to tell when the river is still or when boat is just flowing with its own speed, right? So in how much time will the boat travel this distance in still water? So the same boat and the same distance in still water, how much time it will take? Now we will discuss three approaches. Let's go one by one. So let us see the first one. Okay. So I am just going with the help of equation. So we don't know the distance. So I have assumed the distance to be d. Okay. So this distance I have assumed it to be d. Boat speed I have taken as small b. Stream speed I have taken as small s. Okay. And we know the only formula in time speed distance is speed is equal to distance by time, or we can also say time is equal to distance by speed. So this is the one that I am using. So downstream time will be the distance by speed. So I am dividing by the downstream speed here. And downstream time is given as 30 seconds. So this is my first equation that I will get. With the same logic, upstream time will be again distance by speed. So this is the upstream speed. So this will be upstream time will be d by v minus s, which is also 90. So this is second equation. Now what I have done is I have divided the first equation by the second equation. So if I divide the first equation by the second equation, this b minus s, which is in the denominator, d and d will get cancelled and b minus s will go in the numerator. So this is what we got after dividing. So b minus s by b plus s is equal to 1 by 3. If I cross multiply and solve, we will get 3b minus 3s is equal to b plus s, and then we will get this ratio. B is equal to 2s or s is equal to b by 2. Now what I have done is, this value I have put it in the first equation. this value I have tried to put it in the first equation. So I will get d divided by b plus b by 2, because in place of s I am substituting b by 2. So d divided by b plus b by 2 is 30 and b plus b by 2 is 3b by 2. So d divided by 3b by 2 is 30. Now this 3 by 2 will be cross multiplied to 30 and we will get d by b, and that is the answer. Now why by b is the answer? Because again d is the distance, same distance, and b is the boat speed. So that is what we wanted, right? In how much time will the boat travel this distance in still water? So d by b is equal to 45, and that is the answer. Now understand, why did I do all this? Because see, if I just stay here, just see this. There are 3 variables and 2 equations. So if you try to solve 3 variables and 2 equations, we can't get the exact values of all the 3 variables. What we can get is the ratio, and that is what I have calculated and we have used it. So this is the very basic approach, equation approach. Now we can make it little bit better. So let's come to the second method. Now you see 30 and 90. So question says the boat travels same distance, whether it is downstream, upstream, or in still water, the distance is same. Now it will make my job very easy if I assume that distance to be a good number. So rather than taking the distance to be d, what I have done is, what is the LCM of 30 and 90? We did the same thing in time and work problem, if you remember. So the LCM of 30 and 90 is 90 only. So I have taken the distance to be 90. And now I am calculating the downstream speed. So downstream speed will be b plus s, which will be equal to distance, which is distance I am assuming 90. So downstream speed will be 90 divided by the downstream time, which is 30. Are you getting it? This 90 is the assumed value. So distance is 90 and the time is given. So distance by time is the speed. So this is my downstream speed, which is b plus s, which is coming as 3. And with a similar logic, upstream speed will be b minus s, which will be distance by time, again upstream time, which will come as 1. Now I got 2 equations. B plus s is equal to 3 and b minus s is equal to 1. Now simply if I add the first equation and second equation, what will I get? B plus s plus b minus s is equal to 3 plus 1, which is 4. Now what will happen? S and s will get cancelled and we will get 2b is equal to 4, so b is equal to 2. So I got the boat speed. And if I got the boat speed, then I also got the stream speed. Stream speed will be 1, because I'll just put this value back in this equation. Now but I don't need stream speed, I need boat speed only. Now distance is 90, so time taken in still water will be 90 by 2, 45. So see, throughout we have used the same distance, 90, 90, 90. In the previous question, we assumed the distance, previous method, I assumed the distance to be d. Still I got answer as 45. In this one, I assumed the distance to be 90, which is LCM of 30 and 90. Still I got answer 45. So obviously the answer doesn't depend on distance. So I can use a convenient distance. Now the third method, which will require a little bit of concept. Now understand this. Downstream speed, as we know, will be b plus s. Upstream speed will be b minus s. And this is speed of boat in still water. This is the speed of boat in still water, which is small b. Now can you see, if you have read arithmetic progression, this is a nice arithmetic progression. What is there in an arithmetic progression? It is a kind of series or a sequence or a progression in which the difference between the consecutive terms is constant. So if you see b minus s, if I add s into this, I'll get this b, and in this b, if I add s, I'll get downstream speed. So the difference between downstream speed and still water, speed of boat in still water is s, and again the difference between speed of boat in still water and upstream speed is s. So there is a common difference of s over there, okay? And that is why we can say these 3 speeds are in AP. Now if you have this concept, if 3 terms are in AP, then the reciprocals are in HP, Okay, let me explain this here. Let me take some space and explain this. It's a very nice method which can be applied in such questions. So what we are saying is if x, y, z is in arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression means this difference and this difference is same. Then what will happen? 1 by x, 1 by y, 1 by z will be in harmonic progression. Now how will you make use of this concept here? Now here we know that downstream speed, which is b plus s, speed of boat in still water, which is b, and speed of boat in upstream will be b minus s. They are in AP. So the downstream time is in AP. So the downstream speed will be in HP. Okay? The downstream speed, the boat speed, and the upstream speed is in AP. So the speeds are in AP. Rather, speeds are in arithmetic progression. So the time will always be in HP. This has to happen. Now what happens in HP? If XYZ is in AP, then 1 by X, 1 by Y, 1 by Z is in HP. So what I can say? Now if you have studied harmonic progression, so what you know that if three numbers, let's say P, Q, R are in HP, then what happens? Q is equal to 2 into P into R by P plus R. Okay? So I hope you know this. And this Q is called the harmonic mean. And this is an important concept. So obviously I am using this concept from progression, but I am telling you a very good method which will help you a lot of times. So we will get answer in one step. So harmonic mean, so if PQR is in HP, then Q is the harmonic mean. Similarly here, if X, Y, Z are in AP, then Y is the arithmetic mean. And same is true for geometric means also. We will cover that in that chapter. For now, just know this. That if PQR is in HP, then harmonic mean is given by Q is equal to 2 into P into R by P plus R. Okay? And what is happening here? Since the speeds are in AP, the times will be in HP. So this time, these three values are in AP. So the times will be in harmonic progression. So the middle value, how to find the middle value? So I can say 30, T and 90 will be in HP. Can you see? Because 30 is my downstream time, T is, I am assuming, the time taken in still water, and 90 is my upstream time. So because these times are in the speeds are in AP, the times will be in HP. So the middle term, how to get the middle term? You see, the harmonic mean 2 into P into R by P plus R. So here also we will do this T will be equal to 2 into 90 into 30 by 90 plus 30 simply. So that is the calculation only. So I get 2 into 90 into 30 by 120. If you calculate that, 0 will be cancelled, and you will get 2 into 90 by 4, which is 180 by 4, which is 45 seconds. Okay. So I have written over there. Harmonic mean of A and B is 2AB by A plus B. Okay. So just to repeat it, what we said is the downstream speed, the speed of boat in still water, and the upstream speed, they are always in arithmetic progression. And that is why the downstream time, the time taken in still water, and the upstream time will always be in harmonic progression. So if you want to know any of these values, suppose two of